Were there policy decisions in the relatively recent past that helped ensure that we were going to have at least $1 trillion deficit this year and next year and in the near term beyond?
Sure. I mean, I think the forecasts of deficits that we saw from the Congressional Budget Office before the pandemic hit, and I don't mean just, this spring, but, last year, the year before, and the year before that, largely the accumulation of years of decisions, policy decisions made by lawmakers of both parties, basically tax cuts and big spending budget deals that just led to consecutive deficits year after year after year. We had discretionary spending caps that we chose not to follow, that we would increase year after year. We had, a major tax cut in 2017, but we also had, smaller, for example, the annual business tax extenders, those add every year. So it's the accumulation, I will say, of a bunch of fiscally irresponsible decisions that led us to, an initial forecast this year of $1 trillion deficits every year of the budget window. And then you just layer the pandemic on top of that. And that's where we are today.
And Chase, layered on beneath all of that, the pandemic and the irresponsible policy decisions is the fact that the budget itself already has this mismatch between spending and revenues as the boomers get older and healthcare costs continue to increase in the federal budget. And, taxes, as Tori mentioned, you had tax cuts. Even if you didn't, the revenues wouldn't grow as fast as healthcare and retirement spending. So I guess you could look at it as 3 layers, a 3-tiered problem of the underlying structural budget deficit, irresponsible. And instead of responding to that, politicians seem to be going in the opposite direction. and then the pandemic hit. So it's really quite a toxic combination.